Hey gang, it is time for another edition of the video today. I'm your host Greg. Welcome. Now, today I want to talk about a couple of things. Yeah, I got me a new lid. I felt naked without it last few weeks when I was driving, didn't have a lid. I was like, man, felt weird not having a hat. Anyway, Greg, you are weird. Thank you. I'm going to talk about a couple things today, and I didn't get any comments from anybody as to subjects they'd like me to discuss here on the video today, so I'm going to stick with what I know, and that's trucking. Now, I want to talk first about parking. Now, these truck stops have started something really weird. Reserved parking. Pilot's Flying J does them, and the TA and the Petro does them. I pulled in last night to the Petro in North Little Rock, Arkansas, thinking, well, you know, it's 6 o'clock in the evening, it's on a Saturday night, probably not too many drivers on the road, you know, everybody's at home, so, you know, I should be able to find at least one spot. Time I got there, there was no spots. Oh, wait a minute. I drove around the back, came up, I looked up the lane, and because, like, they've got the one lane here is the back, and then the next driveway over, they've got the lane over here. So you can look down and you can see there's empty spots. There was about 50 empty spots down there. Reserved parking. Now, if you don't know what the reserved parking is you got to pay there. You got to pay them to park. I tried it once before. It was like 12 to 15 bucks to park. I'd already checked the Loves. There wasn't no spots there. So I ended up going across the street to the Pilot. Now, the Pilot had reserved parking too, but they were all full. So I circled back around. I went down the other side of the Pilot, and found an empty spot. I was going to prepare to back in, and as I pulled up, prepared to back in, I saw another one right on the end. Real easy, right? Nope. By the time I got spun around and backed in, I had to pull up about 3 or 4 times in order to get over far enough to make sure, because even though there was no parking over here, there was still room for another truck there if he was desperate and needed a spot. And when I got up this morning, he took that spot. But it's just, I wonder how much business these truck stops, I mean, it goes all night, nobody buys those spots. How much business do they lose? I mean, okay, so you didn't make the 14, 15 bucks on the spot. How much business did you lose inside the store? The guy that would have gone into the Petro and would have sat down to Iron Skillet and spent $15, $20 on dinner, and then he'd turn around, he'd go over to the convenience store, and he'd, oh, my drink's in the back, but he'd refill his drink, spend a couple more bucks, maybe see a movie that he wanted, spend a couple more bucks. So maybe you've lost out on anywhere from $15 to $25 because of your reserved parking, where you were only going to make 12 to 15 anyway. I don't know, but that doesn't make sense to me. Now, last night, when I found the empty spot on the end, I looked over on the other side, and there were trucks parked along here, and then there were trucks parked back here. There's 2 spots right on the end, one there and one there. One facing this way, one facing this way. You can't get into the spot because the idiot in the moving truck, one of the big trucks with the low boys, you know, that you use for moving like van lines and stuff like that, instead of backing into the spot, he nosed into the spot. Can't figure this out. Why would you nose into a spot? I mean, had he backed in rather than nosing in, then that extra 8 feet that's sticking out, blocking those other 2, would have been in the grass, and somebody would have been able to get into those 2 spots. A bobtail got into the one this morning. I seen it when I left. The other one was still empty because you couldn't get into it because the guy was sticking out too far. Personally, I think people that nose into spots, they're just too lazy to back. They say, well, I'm more awake in the morning, so it's, you know, it's easier for me. No, it's not. Because as you're backing out, you got 2 trailers on each side of you that have backed in, you can't see. So if a car or another truck is coming and you're backing up and he didn't see you, ain't no way you're going to see him. Bam! You're going to run right into him. I hate that. To me, it's just stupid. It's laziness. I seen a guy one day who was in a pilot, and there was like 4 of them right in a row that had nosed into the spot. And he walked up to each one of them, and he wrote in the dirt on the back of the trailer, "I am lazy." I thought, God, I wish I'd have thought of that. I haven't done that yet, but I'm getting pretty close. That's what I want to talk about with parking. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is this little device I got right here in my hand. It's what I record all my videos on. I can record them on my phone. I passed a driver yesterday. Well, actually, no, I didn't pass him. I started to pass him. Oversized load, right? Hauling down the freeway. He's doing about 56, 55, 56, 57, 56, 55. I think he got all the way down to 54 at one point. So I've got an on guard here. That little device right there. And what that little device will do is that little device will tell me how far away the person is in front of me and how fast they're going. It also tells me when I set my cruise, tells me what speed I'm set at. In any event, I decided I'm going to go by this guy, right? So I'm trucking along. I'm in the left lane. I'm rolling along. And as I catch up to him, I look over at him, and he's got the phone up to his ear. He's pulling along. Just as I start to get by him, I'm just about ready to clear him and get back over the right lane. All of a sudden, he picks up speed and takes off. He wouldn't have been slowing down so slow if he wouldn't have been on the damn phone. I've actually driven by truck drivers texting on the phone. I mean, you can't, I can't for sure say they were texting, but when they're driving like this, they're probably texting. He wasn't doing this, where he's looking at the radio. He's looking down here and back up, and down here and back. He's not looking at his speedometer and back up, He's looking down, so he's looking down here. He's obviously texting. I seen a guy driving a cement truck. Got the phone up to his ear. And it was plain because he had it on this side. It's right on the window. You can see the phone in his hand. It's dangerous, folks. It's very dangerous. I found out quite some time ago when one of my other phones broke. The screen had broke, and I couldn't use the screen at all. I couldn't dial out. I couldn't do nothing. So I put my headset on, and I pushed the button, and I said text, and then I said the person's name. And then it would come up, it would say, "What would you like to say?" And I'd say what I was going to say. "Would you like to send it?" "Yes." Text sent. And I'd hear the phone go ding, telling me that a text was sent. Now I'm sure when the person got it, they knew my phone wasn't working right. So I'm sure when that person got it, it was my lovely wife, by the way. I'm sure when she got it, she looked at it, she had to decipher what I was trying to say, because I'm sure the phone didn't pick up exactly what I was trying to say. But that's the way you can text. You don't have to touch the phone. People do it. It's scary, folks, especially when a truck driver does it and he knows better. In any event, I would like to repeat something that I repeat quite often with these videos. I want your comments. I want your likes, your shares. Share it on Facebook. Share it on Twitter. Share it on everywhere. Everywhere and anywhere you can share it. Share it. Get it out that the Crazy Trucker is on here. And please, leave a comment. If there's a subject you want me to talk about, okay, if I don't know it, I'll look it up. I'll research it. I'll find it. And I will talk about it here on the video of the day. All right? So, thanks for watching this edition. Until next time, this is your host of the video of the day, Greg the Crazy Trucker, saying, see ya!